What's up, dude?
What's up?
Congrats on the second place, even though I know you're not happy about it.
I mean, I'm not, like, I've been worse.
Okay.
Let's just not remind let's not mention the controller throw.
Oh, no,
Oh, right, we did. But, I'm sorry. But, but yeah, I went into this tournament kind of unprepared, which is I'm really disappointed in myself in, which is basically mostly because I got sick. I was like throwing up all week, and I could barely go here. Like the first day I was still feeling it, like I was still feeling the effects. So I was really sad that I
feel your pain. Look at my thumb, man.
Wow.
I cut it off with a knife.
Yeah, it's so mad because I know I never prepare, and I always blame myself on it. So this time I was like, yeah, I took time off. I have time now.
It doesn't seem like you based on your playstyle. It seems like there's so many little things you do right.
Yeah, but I think that's usually because I think about it, but I think my preparation would mostly be like the tech skill and like just knowing everything, doing everything perfectly every time.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You're kind of like the Armada Fox in terms of like, for example, when you edgeguard Sheik, you never miss it because it's guaranteed. And most players, even really good players,
they miss
it after a while. They miss it.
I think versus Sheik is usually because my only practice really is Pop, who plays Sheik.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really good in that matchup, but. Yeah, I definitely want to just play more, just to get like to that level, like that you saw me play versus Over. In every match, I'm like feel that safe, because when I was playing against Over, I was like, I'm playing Armada next, it's fine. But when I'm playing Ice and everyone else, and even Falcon versus Yappy, I'm like, yeah, I kind of know what to do, but I'm not perfect at it.
Oh yeah.
And you really want to be perfect.
It's definitely harder. In a faster matchup too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Falcon and Fox than it is versus Sheik to be perfect at all of those little things.
Yeah, I definitely want to prepare myself more. I kind of feel like when I play against fast characters that I'm always the slower character, even though we play the same characters, me and Ice and stuff. Because he's so much more tactical, and he has like I can do these things like in friendlies. I just don't like. I'm not comfortable yet. To do them in tournament, and for that I need to be even better at tech, and that's why I need to prepare. I feel so I can sit in my room and like I'm going to change this and start doing this, which is more technical but better and stuff like that. That's why I want to like really prepare.
I think I speak for a lot of players when I say that there's so much stuff that you can do that you get like in friendlies you get them like 19 out of 20 times, but when you're in tournament, like you see people like messing up simple stuff as just taking the edge because they're afraid that they're gonna, air dodge instead. So it's hard to do it in tournaments.
It definitely is, and that's why you need to like keep practicing. And that's why I feel like the ledge dash. I've actually been missing a lot more ledge dashes this tournament than any other.
Yeah, that was a really. I hate to see I hate to see even you go like that.
Yeah, but I did it against a lot of people. I did it versus Yappy too, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the game I lost lost by suiciding at low percent. But yeah, other than that, I'm pretty like happy with how I play versus everyone but Armada, honestly.
Okay. But let's talk about you versus Armada. What did you feel about that? Like, I want to point out the things that I noticed first, and you can do your input. Like, above all, like except for the SD. Or SDs, I don't remember. When you were recovering, unlike Big House, he was reading you all the time.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I was scared that Armada was gonna, when he started going for, covering the low. I thought, okay, he might, start doing that all the time,
Yeah.
But when you adapted yourself, he actually adapted.
Yeah.
He read when you adapted, basically.
Yeah, I thought he would.
That's the biggest difference that I personally noticed.
I actually thought he would go for it more. So that's why I went straight so much. But he never went for it. So I was like, God dang it. Since I saw that he did it so much versus hacks and like other people, I was like, yeah, he's gonna do it at least once. Yeah. So I might as well like go straight to like try to mind game him because I know he's been practicing it. And then he didn't do it at all. so I was kind of thrown off by that, honestly. I think it's important to notice that it's not me to like everyone does things in some matchup, and then when they're trying to play safe, they don't do the new stuff.
Yeah, that is very true.
That was definitely my fault for not realizing that.
Yeah, it's true. You like often like when you're choking, it's more common for people, or just last stock, it's more common for people to recover to mid-stage because it feels safer, even though it's not at all.
No, it's because it's easier to aim forward.
Oh, that too, I guess, but...
I think that's it, honestly. Like, it's like, oh, when people are choking, that's the perfect time to mess up, like, jump back air and get hit by the up B into upper or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess Armada, I don't know. I definitely feel like I should play... I need to be able to go in more, basically. And I definitely felt like my nairs weren't really on point, I felt. So I couldn't really keep up with the neutral game. Oh, so okay. I really got bodied in the neutral game. Like, not a lot, but...
I thought there were some stocks, like, it could pretty much be a term at this point, like a Leffen stock versus Peach.
Yeah,
where you... there was one stock that you took at... the last time you met in Europe, when was that? I was commentating, I remember.
Beauty? I think that was Beauty.
Yeah, it must have been Beauty. Where, oh god, where was I now? Pull me
a Leffen stock?
Oh, Leffen, yeah, right. Where, like, you were down, and he was at 0, and you ran around and shot lasers and got like a million single little back air hits. Like, you didn't get combos that were more than 2 hits.
Yeah.
And you took him up to like 80-90% with just that, just lasers, back airs, a few neutralists probably, and then you kill him with up smash. And it's like, okay, usually when you see somebody take an entire stock perfectly like that, it's a combo. But
the thing is, it keeps going back to this, but I feel like I really know what to do. But of course, there's counters to it. But that's the way Fox should play the matchup. Like, few small hits in there because he can't compete with a big punish game. Yeah. So he should always play safe and like. But when he goes in, he really needs to like hit those 3 hits perfectly and then go back again and keep doing that. And the big thing is that Armada just got the better of it, and my neutral game wasn't good enough to the point where I won. I didn't get all those little hits. It was little hit, and then he got down smash, and then he started comboing me. And then I got little hit, and then suddenly he kills me, and he's at 80, and now I'm behind.
Oh, yeah. So how do you feel about that, by the way? Fox versus Peach above all, but just Fox in general. Should it be defensive or offensive? Or is it up to each player? What do you think about that?
I definitely think that this is what PP said, that each player can like have a more offensive or defensive like play style, but it should always be able to play all of them. You always need to play all of them. You just like slightly skew it more to one one offensive or one defensive, or you can play both of those styles in so many different ways.
Yeah.
But in the Peach matchup, unless you're playing like, I think you can play aggressive too, and Mango has proven that, but that's way easier in NTSC. Because in NTSC...
Yeah, it's basically like her life bar.
Yeah, exactly. Her life bar is so much slower, so you can... suddenly, she's not the... Like, it's not like playing someone who kills you way faster than you could play.
Exactly.
Suddenly you can start doing nairs, and since you can actually combo into up smash in NTSC, you can't really combo...
You can, but she won't die.
Yeah, she won't die, so there's no point.
Yeah.
And that really does a lot. Like, it changes the matchup in so many ways, and people don't understand it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it like at all until I started watching Armada play versus you and Mango, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mango above all, because they played before. Like, you know, I had seen so many matches of Armada. You know, living to these insane.
Yeah, exactly. He lived to like 180 versus me. So. One time, and like he lived to 150 many times. Yeah. But a big house, he barely like lived over 100.
Yeah, I know. Like when I watch those matches, I'm always at the edge of my seat. You know, I'm always rooting for my boy. But you know, it's like Peach goes from feeling like a tank to feeling like.
Yeah, exactly, and she's almost like a puff.
Yeah.
And that's a very big difference. But I definitely think that you can go in, and I really want to. I actually don't really want to like try to go in more, because the thing is that I'm kind of bad at the faster matchups. I realize that. I'm also bad kind of like against Falcon, Marth, and Fox, because when I play...
I feel though that you're at least some of like the specific strategy things that you did versus Falco. really good.
Oh yeah.
Like one of the things that has been like this broken strategy that has been around forever, but no, people don't really use it enough, and it's kind of hard to do it in practice because it's positioning dependent. But from Falco, you take a laser hit from Falco and then you just dash back and dash and grab.
Oh yeah.
You did that a lot versus Mango.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I have some really good ideas in the matchup, but I'm not like I can't do it in tournament all the time, and like it keeps coming down to that you have to be perfect at every situation.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference between Mewtwo Smarth and PP Smarth. Like PP Smarth, on a good day in a good match, he is as good or maybe better than Mewtwo Smarth. Yeah, in Fox. But Mewtwo knows every situation. He's good at every situation. Even though his neutral game is maybe like half as good, just knowing every one of the situations, like, oh, I got hit at 50. What do I do now? Oh, I got like having that experience is very, very important, and especially if you go in and like go for high risk, high reward type of things, like you do in the Fox, like you do versus Falco. And like even when you go in against Peach, like you need to know like, oh, if I hit her at this, if I hit her when she's rolling, can she down smash me? Can like all of those things you really need to know.
Yeah.
But when
and it's I just gotta point it like it's in Smash due to like percentages and stale moves, which is like the only thing about Melee I don't like actually. I don't like stale moves personally, but like it's so situational that you kind of have to get a feel for it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you can't memorize everything.
Yeah, I kind of rely on like I know that I've always lacked experience compared to other players, and that's something I've always tried to work around. And that's kind of why I've developed my playstyle. So I play like I force them to play the neutral, and I force to play them so I can do all my smart stuff that I can come up with without having to have tons of experience. And then just play it without their experience like playing in as much at least. So if you play against Mewtwo and you just laser basically, he's gonna play completely different compared to someone who like does a normal dash dance. And like even though lasering might not even be better sometimes, it's still like if you want to play against Mewtwo, maybe that's a better choice sometimes.
Oh yeah, I see.
And that's kind of what I do against Armada, but this time wasn't enough, of course. But I know that I should go in more, and I can go in more, but I'm not good enough at it yet. And I know he has more practice against Fox than I have against Peach, since I have no Peach to play. So I kind of want him to play me, and not just to play Fox. Because if we would each like, oh, here's a mid-level Peach, watch how many times you four-stock him, and then he is put against a mid-level Fox, he will win every time. Like he would four-stock the Fox way more than I, and he's way more experienced at the matchup. So I really try to play it so that he has to play like most don't, and so that I can just play it by the simple textbook basically.
All right. So I don't really have any more questions personally.
There's a lot of salty Johns. I'm actually not that salty. Like if I'm gonna lose to someone, I'm gonna lose to like top 2 best player in the world.
Yeah. You're. Would you consider yourself the 6th god?
I would consider myself the 5th best player. I don't care about who's the god or not yet.
Yeah, okay. So you consider yourself, you place yourself above Hungrybox?
Yeah,
I presume.
I think that he should be. You can say that he's a god. You can say stuff like that because he has a long record.
Yeah, god. I mean, god. I mean, the god is just a term for a certain.
But I could even see some ranking, like putting him over. But I still think that I'm the better player right now.
Okay.
So like.
Yeah, well, you have beaten him twice.
Yeah, I have beaten him.
That's a really good argument for it. But at the same time, he outplaced you really badly at Evo, for example.
But then I outplaced him almost by the same amount, by 1 placement at Big House.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true.
I've outplaced him 3 out of 4 times this year.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that I should be considered better right now. But of course that maybe change.
Yeah. It's not. It's both good and bad. Actually, I think it's kind of good that we don't have as much results to go by to cause discussion and therefore, create more hype and more like.
Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting next time I play Hungrybox.
Yeah, I actually think you're gonna win.
Me too, but I don't have any puff to practice with.
What about Slunus? I missed that guy.
Yeah, he stopped playing 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's all the puff practice I have. Like,
yeah, but what? Like I've talked to him a few times. Hey man, you should come to a Smash Fest. He's like, yeah man, I feel like coming to a Smash Fest.
Yeah. And then he plays for like a day, and then it's like, yeah, I want to spend the money on booze instead.
Well, he's a party guy.
Yeah. All right.
All right, but this was a really great tournament, I think.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Of course, there's some things to improve on, like some of how the tournament was, like the bracket was run, I think, and like it was kind of the times were kind of shaky, but overall it was really good.
But it was considering how big it was.
Yeah, exactly.
Considering how big it was, and they didn't expect it to be. Yeah.
All things considered, it was definitely a good tournament.
A funny thing is that I was about to get second in PM by DQing the rest.
Oh, everyone, even me?
Yeah, that was about to happen.
Oh my god!
But I stopped it. I called VJ, and he was in the stars. Like, dude, if you're not here in 5 minutes, you're gonna get DQ'd.
That's very funny.
Yeah. But oh well.
Yep.
So good tournament, great stream. Subscribe, follow.
Yeah.
Follow us both on Twitter.
Yeah. Follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/LFFN. I stream like 2 to 3, 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to stream I'm definitely gonna do some match analysis with this tournament. Has been really good learning experience.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely gonna show off that. And I may be getting partners soon.
Really? You can't talk about it. Of course you can't. But
partnership, not sponsorship. I can kind of, but yeah, I'm probably very likely to get it. Basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. But
thanks for Salty Playground stream. Thanks for the interview, and peace out.
Yep. Peace out.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.